Right, welcome to this review video. I'm taking a look at some of my favourite battle mats from Gamemat.eu. So I've picked three. It's the top three that I like to use at the moment. Now these are mats that are currently available. I do have a batch of new stuff on the way from Gamemat.eu. So I'm going to, with new mats, new terrains, so I'm going to take the opportunity now from the current range that I have just to pick out my top battle mats that are available from them. So there's three. In no particular order. We'll take a look at this one here first. So this one's called Chem. The one I have on the table here is 6x4 in size. I've checked the Gamemat.eu website. You can get it in 60x44, so the perfect size for regular games of 10th edition. They also have now done this mat marked out for competitive 40k as well, with all of the little lines marked on the board for you, which makes deployment and setting up your scenarios and so on a lot easier. So it's available from them. Variety of sizes. This one's 6x4. You can get it in that size if you want. When you use the 6x4 mat for regular games, 10th edition, just put a boundary across, running about here, just to give us 60 inches across the table. But it's an urban battle mat. Nice sort of grey colour scheme going on here, but these brilliant areas of interest with the tiles, the flooring lifted up, and it just gives you an insight to the underground here. So you've got some mesh going on and then some deeper recesses, deeper parts of the board, and this neon colour going on. So there's a real nice feature here in the centre of the board. And nice markings of the chevrons, you can see grills and details, and then all these minor details that grime, bullet cartridges, blood splatters and so on. All the extra detail which I really like, but it's a nice theme. It gives you a nice colour to play with when you bring in your terrain onto this board. But Chem Zone, this one, it matches up nice. I do like the mats that match up nicely with the terrain set as well. So there is the Chem Zone terrain set. I'm planning to set up this board for some games soon, and I'll bring in the Chem Zone terrain set, which I've adjusted the colours slightly just to really emphasise and match up with the colours that you see here on the board. So yes, you've got your grimy metallics, grey colours going on, but then you've got an area of interest here, this like neon green, which is a great colour to use for your terrain setups. There's other features on here as well, as you can see, pipes and details all on there as well. So a lot of thought's gone into this one, but it's a nice map for sure. Brought out one of the pieces from the Chem Zone terrain set, and as you can see, I've adjusted this with the colours. I think it comes painted with green. I've added some more neon kind of green colours here just to get the match between these two as closely as possible. And it comes sprayed up grey. I've also taken some colours from this. So I've sprayed in here a little bit of sort of bone colour, tiny tinge of green as well, just light dustings of sprays just to get the tone of this away from flat grey and to echo some of the colours that you see on this. But it's great when you can get the mat and the terrain just to match up really nice, and you can do that with this combination. So there is a link below for Gamemat.eu. I've also got 11% discount code as well. You'll find that code just in the video description here for this video, and that 11% is for across the store, so that's going to be battle mats and terrains. Moving on to the second battle mat here. Again, one of my favourites. I've said that plenty of times in battle reports before. So this one's called Fallout Zone. We've looked at Chem Zone battle mat. This one's called Fallout Zone. So for this one, again, it's an urban battle mat, but you can see that the drastic change here, moving away from the grey steel kind of tones and the green, and then switching over to some very sort of rusty colours going on with this battle mat. So big fan of sort of rusty kind of colours. I'll bring the terrain piece just to illustrate how you can match that up nicely with this battle mat. Again, 6x4 in size. They do this one in the 60x44 inches, perfect for games of 10th edition. There's a lot going on this mat here, but overall it gives you this nice rusty kind of brown effect. So you can see the explosions and craters. You got areas of rough ground, but different tones going on. So you got grey colours going on across here, more rusty colours. There is a grid floor running around the board. It's train, very industrial sort of stuff going on. There's trains going on here as well. There's some pavement, areas of interest like this. Great footprint for a building running around the edge of that. And then some real good rusty colours going on with patches across the board as well. So it's really nicely broken up, this board, You can see across the other side, there's some piping and so on running across there. There's a bit of a road running through here. You can see it across here as well. And then details like these posters strewn across the battlefield as well. So plenty of detail on this one. A board that's really nicely broken up, but still it's not going to disrupt the way that you place your terrain on the board. This board's great for red tones, your rusty colors, rusty looking terrain, rusty metallics on the table. So my AdMech terrain, which I've used like a deeper corn red, that all matches up really nicely on this board. Brilliant. Just matching up really well. Sort of dirty metallic colors matching up really well. Bronze, brassy kind of colors as well. Perfect for this table. And then more recently, I've been using the dirty down rust effect. I've used it on a terrain piece here. And you can see the dirty down rust effect on this terrain, and it just blends in perfectly with this board. So if you're into the rusty kind of effect, which is great for industrial, Astra Militarum, Space Marine, industrial sort of setup, Chaos Space Marines as well, sort of very grimdark sort of rundown planets and so on, then this battle mat will suit that perfectly. So this one is Fallout Zone. I'll link all the battle mats for you. Find them on the website easily enough, but I'll link them for you in the video description as well. So we're on to the last battle mat. I just mentioned the material for this. So it's neoprene with these. It's like the mouse mat material. So you've got a rubbery material here, and then printed finish on one side. You can get double-sided battle mats from Gamemat.eu for really good value. So you can get different design printed on each side. Just flip the mat over for your games. So this one's the last one. It's quite extreme in its colour scheme, but I've gone out of my way to paint up a terrain set to match up, again, to match up with this board. There's a tutorial for it on the channel. And again, if you're able to do that, if you can get your terrain and your battle mat to match, then you really can get some really nice looking boards. So this one's called Cyberpunk. Again, it's urban industrial, but gone for a different colour scheme this time around. So you've got greys running through this. You've got black, if not very dark browns, running through here as well. Deep reds and rusts. And then the grey really, there's a lot of blue tones and blue tone slate kind of colours going on with this. You can see for here. So when you look at a battle mat, all the colours are done for you. It just really gives you a head start. We've got to look carefully at the colours so you can then match them up to the terrain. And I do that in the tutorial, showing you how to take a terrain piece and then getting it to match up with the battle mat. As you can see, there's some orange, some yellow going on, some spot colours with this as well. Now this one is not 6x4 in size. This is 60x44. Just give you an idea of the difference in size for this one. This one's immediately ready and scaled correctly for games of 10th edition. So mentioned about terrain, I took a number of terrain pieces from Gamemat.eu and then tried to pick out the colours and then transfer it over onto the terrain. So this is one of the terrain pieces that I worked on to match in with the colours. Hopefully you can see the two matching up nicely. It jars on the eyes when you see terrain that doesn't match in with the battle mat. And Gamemat.eu battle mats, they're nicely done, but there is some pretty strong colour schemes running with those. So it's great to try and match the terrain up with the battle mat if you can. So that's the purpose of those tutorials. There's a number of them on the channel, but there is one showing you how to take the regular terrain, which comes to you sort of plain kind of colours with a basic kind of finish, and it's built and ready to use and pre-painted, but then there's a bit of work to do to transfer it over to get it to match to this particular battle mat. So I'll link below for those videos just showing you how you can get the terrain to match up with the battle mats. So those are the battle mats that I've picked out. There's a wide variety available, just picked out a few, but these are my top ones. I just like the way they turn out, really with the terrain and the battle mat, the way they've combined together, colour scheme wise, just the way they look on the board. So Chem Zone, Fallout Zone, Cyberpunk is my top 3 picks. Let us know in the comment section what you think. You can check out Gamemat.eu. There's new battle mats on the way, and use that link in the video description below for 11% off across the store. Keep a lookout for more videos on the channel. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.